Hey there, my name's Gus, and my gold-digging girlfriend treats me like her slave because she thinks she's a queen. Now, she's eating her words since I found out that I'm a real prince. But first things first, shout out and credit to Felicia Whipple77. Today's story is inspired by your title idea. Remember to post your new title ideas in the comments below. It needs to be an original story, something we haven't done already. Give a like to the ones you would like to see animated. For the most active members who create very popular titles, we will contact you to join a secret server on Discord to offer you behind-the-scenes access. For now, let's jump straight into today's thrilling story. Jackie loves me, or so she says. She tells me that every day. She tells me that when she makes me take out the trash or pick up her dry cleaning. Jackie tells me she loves me when she makes me give her foot rubs and cook her food. I clean, I cook, I do laundry for Jackie. Basically, I do anything she doesn't want to do. And all Jackie does is sit around all day, watching soap operas on her laptop and updating her social media. And to make sure I keep taking care of her needs, Jackie tells me she loves me. But I don't know if she really does. She hasn't even kissed me in months. One day, I asked her if she meant those words, and Jackie got offended. What do you even mean? Of course I love you. But you never even show it, Jackie. Sometimes I feel like you just say it so you could keep treating me like a slave. Well, talk about being dramatic. A slave? Tell me, when did you last wash the dishes, Jackie? Or make anything that isn't microwavable? You get a dog and you make me pick up all this poop. You can't even take the poor guy on one single walk. Shut up! You know I have a headache. That's always your excuse. You barely even get off the couch for anything. Unless I'm taking you for shopping, which by the way, I pay for. I pay rent, I buy the food. What do you do? I don't even see a single dollar of what I earn. Oh, and have you forgotten that I work? I work so you can afford the things you like. And I just want to come home one day without having to do every single thing in the house. You done? I am a queen, Gus, okay? And I deserve to be worshipped. Have you seen me? I'm a catch. I look like I should be on the cover of some magazine. Do you not realize that? And as a queen, I need a king. Someone worthy of me. You're not that. You're lucky I even date you. So you should be happy I even live with you. If you want to complain, you can do it on your own. I'm gonna sleep at Margot's tonight. Bye. That's how Jackie got out of every argument. She would threaten to leave me and she'd ignore me for a few days. And then, when she came back, of course I'd miss her. So she'd get whatever she wanted. But something happened that changed my life. And turned the tables. One day, while Jackie was away on one of her pedicure days, someone knocked on the door. And when I opened it, a very old man greeted me with a smile. Your Royal Highness, Prince Gustav, I am so happy to know that you are well. What? Was all I could think. But the man bowed and kissed my hand. I snatched it away from him immediately. What the? Stop being weird. Apologies, Your Highness. I simply meant to offer my respect. Just then, several women came in and ushered me out. Where are you taking me? It's simply protocol, Your Royal Highness. Protocol? What do you mean? I understand nobody has explained any of this to you, but rest assured, we'll have it all ironed out on the way to the palace. Palace? What palace? The palace was huge. The plane ride to an entirely different continent was long, and the explanation to how I was a prince was insane. As the army of ladies dressed me and fixed my hair, the old man who introduced himself as Lasselt told me that my mom used to be royalty. In fact, she was next in line to inherit the crown. But when she met my dad, and her family opposed their marriage, Mom left that life behind. She ran away. And for many years, they tried to look for her. My mom and dad passed 5 years ago in an accident, so when they finally found that out, they came to take me. You see, His Royal Highness, the king is very ill, and he is deeply, deeply regretful of what happened those many years ago. He wanted to find your mother and apologize, but she had always eluded the king's efforts. That was when a man on a wheelchair who was being pushed by an insanely pretty nurse appeared at the door. Immediately, all the ladies who were attending to me curtsied, and Lasselt gave a very deep bow. It was the king. Now, I'm afraid it is all too late. For my beloved daughter, and for me, it is my wish that you be returned here, to your family, and given the life you deserve. But I've learnt my lesson. You get to choose, of course. If you find that being a prince is not for you, we will obviously bring you back to your old life. Are you kidding me? Go back to a 9-to-5 life where I get treated like a slave by my girlfriend and treated like an idiot at my job? No thanks. I absolutely said 100% yes to being a prince. The palace announced my existence at a press conference, and then they fitted some insanely expensive clothes for me. I appeared at the palace balcony, and there were thousands of people cheering for me. They all screamed my name, and all I had to do was wave. My story went viral. It was everywhere. It was on all the news channels. Every time I saw a newspaper, my face was on the front page. They all told my story, of how some poor guy who lived an unremarkable life turned out to be the son of a long-lost princess who was next in line for the throne. Just like that, I was crown prince overnight. The palace threw a ball for me. So many rich people circled around me and wanted to meet me and shake my hand. It was like I was in a sort of weird dream, but I didn't want to wake up. I type numbers on Excel sheets for a living. Now, oil tycoons and superstars want to be in the same room as me. How crazy is that? At the ball, Lascelles introduced me to every member of the royal family. They bowed to me and swore some sort of oath. I guess since I was going to be their next king, they all wanted to be on my good side. After the ball, they flew me to the different parts of the country to introduce me to the people. It was my first ever royal tour, and then came the interviews. I must have done at least 3 interviews in a day for 7 days straight. It was also exhausting, but at the end of it all, it beat having to rub my ex's foot while she ignored me and watched her soap operas. Oh yeah, of course, I broke up with Jackie. She wanted me to treat her like a queen, cause she said I didn't deserve her? I can't believe the irony. So I sent Lascelles to deliver the news. She didn't take it well, apparently. She'd been camping outside of the palace since she heard that I was royalty. Now, I get to pick whoever I want to date. Supermodels, actresses, princesses of other countries, and they're all clamoring for my attention and not the other way around. They are spoiling me. Every single parent in the country wants me to meet their daughters. It's actually hilarious. Before, girls just used to ignore me. Now, they all want to marry me. Now, here's the best part. One evening, while I was partying at the club, I heard a familiar voice arguing with the bouncer. Ma'am, I'm sorry, but this section is only VIP access. Unless your name's on the list, I can't allow you in there. What are you even talking about? Are you deaf? I told you, I know the prince. He's my boyfriend. I wanted to ignore her. I just think living my life now was the best revenge. But I just couldn't resist. All the hardships she put me through, all the insults she threw my way when I couldn't afford to buy her all the nice things she wanted, I just wanted to rub it in her face that karma got her, and that nice guys like me don't always finish last. So I stood from our table and made my way to the stairwell. I saw Jackie at the bottom of the stairs, and when she saw me, her eyes lit up. There's the prince! He'll tell you the truth! Sir, your royal highness, this girl's telling me she knows you, but her name isn't on the list. Tell him, Gus! Tell him I'm your girlfriend! I smiled a smug smile at her, and I turned to the bouncer. Nope, I don't know her. How can she be my girlfriend when these are the girls I'm dating? The girls I was out with came down the stairs and glared at Jackie. Compared to them, she was ordinary. There was a supermodel, a Hollywood actress, the daughter of a huge banking corporation, a duchess, and a member of the minor nobility. They all wanted to date me. And since I couldn't choose which one to take on a date that night, I decided we'd all go on a date together. I can't even begin to explain the look on Jackie's face, but it sure made me laugh. And from then on, I was able to move on and let go of all the horrors of my past. Now, I get to be treated like royalty. 'Cause I am.